Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange Soccer Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. This show is recorded live on Saturday, June 22nd.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. Now, this segment is presented by Kansas City Chiropractic. Kansas City Chiropractic understands the high-pressure demands placed upon individuals in the workplace and the athletic demands people place on their bodies. They offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. You can call them at 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. And today we are doing our show from the offices of Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, which is located on the west side of the plaza at 4510 Bellevue. Hello, everyone. I am Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine, and you're watching or listening to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. Now, today we're taping our radio show, which is on ESPN 1510 Saturdays at 8 a.m. and Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. on 102.9 FM and 1040 a.m. And we're also taping our TV show, which can be seen on Sure West Cable on Channel 7 at 9 a.m., at 5 p.m., and at 9 p.m. every single day. And now you can also view this show and many of our past shows on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of KC Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations in KC. And this month, with our current issue, KC Sports continues to celebrate our 16th year as the magazine for sports fans in KC. Now, in our current issue of KC Sports, we feature our KC Baseball Report, which is presented by Budweiser. This month, our writers discuss what George Brett has brought to the Royals offense. And in our hockey report, presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about the upcoming hockey camps that are coming to KCIC. Now, for a complete list of locations where you can find KC Sports Magazine, visit our website, kcsportspaper.com. You will find a link to a list of locations right on the front page of the website, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. Now, I had mentioned we are here doing our show today at Kansas City Chiropractic. You've obviously heard her on our show for the last 3.5 years. We've mentioned her office location many times on our shows. Now we're here, and she's joining us today, or should I say we're joining her today. She is Dr. Lynn McIntosh, and we're here at her newly expanded, beautiful offices. Welcome to the show, Dr. McIntosh.
Thanks so much, Steve. We're glad to have you. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We did one show here many years in the past. But this is a great opportunity to show what you've done here. And I should mention, Dr. McIntosh is a board-certified chiropractor. She's licensed in Kansas and Missouri. In addition to being licensed to provide general chiropractic care, Dr. McIntosh is a certified chiropractic sports physician. She works with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related problems. She's also a regular contributor to KC Sports and Fitness, and as I mentioned, a regular on our radio and our TV show. So how long have you been here at this location? You and I talked to each other several years before, and you were at another location. But how long have you been at 4510 Bellevue?
We moved here in January of 2009. So I was at the first place for 5 years and here for 5. And so we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And that's what our big celebration this year is, 10 years, 10 charities. So we have charity every month between February and November. And, of course, we're going to talk about Harvesters as this month. And we're celebrating that with our open house and expansion.
For sure, for sure. So when did the expansion process begin? You found out about some space that was available and brought in a lot of extra equipment and needed a place for that. But when did all this start coming together?
Well, before the first of the year, we had really had added more equipment, and we're kind of running out of space. And so it had been available, and it was just time. We just kind of had run out of space, and so it was just time. So it was kind of nice that it corresponded with our 10-year, because we had doubled our space at 5 years, and so now we're doubling again. So it is every 5 years we've
there we go. So in the 15th year,
we'll see.
We take over the whole building.
Well, I don't know about all that. but
at least maybe the top level of the
this
building or
this is
something like
very
that.
comfortable right now. We have a lot of space. We have a lot of space, like you were talking about, for a lot of privacy and a lot of different things, and so
Yeah, and that's one of the key things that I notice here. A lot of chiropractic offices are pretty basic and pretty plain. They have the corporate walls that you have that are in there, for your cubes and stuff like that. This is not that way. You guys have done a beautiful job.
Well, thank you so much.
Decorating it and making it warm and inviting, and of course the privacy aspect is.
Well,
certainly
we're just very
an aspect
lucky to be blessed with all that space and ability to do that. There's a lot of beautiful offices. We just have a lot of fun, and you spend more time here than you do at home, and so we wanted to make it look like somewhere we'd want to spend time.
For sure. Let's talk about some of the areas where you have expanded, and how the services that are going to be in each of these different places will help your patients. One of them, and we've talked about this on the air when you brought this piece of equipment in, is spinal decompression. But now it's got its own place.
It has its own room, and stuff, and that's really for a disc problem or any kind of true compression, like spinal stenosis, possibly, where they've lost disc space, and you just really need to separate the vertebrae themselves so that it just gets a little more space in there and provides a lot of relief. So that's been very helpful, and definitely for both cervical and lumbar disc problems. Which
is your neck and your back. Right?
Neck and low back. Yep.
Yeah. So how does the piece of equipment work? What does it do?
Well, it provides a tension. So you do have to be strapped in so that you can stay still, and then it actually separates, and then it provides a little more tension and then gives some relief, and then a little more tension and relief. But because it goes so slowly, and we have a lot of control over how many pounds of force per square inch and everything that there is, you really don't even notice until the very end when it lets go, and because it's distracted you some and then let it go, and then distracted you a little more and let you go. And so it's always a surprise to people at the end when the whole machine goes back how far it has separated everything. But it usually provides a lot of relief, like I said, especially for anything disc related.
Right, and so the idea is the disc has been compressed is to get it to slide back into place. Is that part of what it does, or what does it do?
There is
from a medical side.
Yeah, that's kind of a misnomer of how the discs don't. People go, "Oh, I have a slip disc." That's not physically possible.
Not really.
It doesn't ever slide anywhere.
Okay.
It's fixed. So you've got the vertebrae below.
It feels like it's
yes,
slid.
That's very true. The vertebrae below and the vertebrae above, and then this is the cushion in the center.
Right.
And so it's when it gets closer, the two bones actually become closer, and this is squished out on the side. Or if there's a little rupture or a hole or a tear or something, it is basically your disc is filled with, it's kind of like a jelly-filled donut.
Right.
There is material in the center that is soft, and so the annular fibers on the outside actually go every different direction. So they go up and down and sideways and at angles and everything. So they're very tough, kind of like your radial tire that has stuff going all these different directions. So that keeps the soft center in the middle.
Okay.
And then, but if this pushes out, like if it gets weak in one spot, and so that's a disc bulge, where it's weak in one spot, so it puffs out like you've seen on your tire. There's one spot comes out. Well, that means that then it has room for this to push down farther. So when the nerves come out on the side, there's a hole that's developed by the bottom of the top vertebrae and the top of the bottom, and that's they approximate together, and so it puts more pressure on where that space is that the nerve comes out. So if it gets flattened, and as we age, they do lose their hydration, and so they are when you're young, you're about the same height, morning and night. In your midlife, you're taller in the morning than you are later in life, because as you sleep at night and you take the pressure off and you're lying down, the disc rehydrate, and so the moisture comes back in. So you literally are about a half-inch taller in the morning than you are at night. Now, as we age, the ability to bring all that moisture into the disc, we kind of lose that over time. And so then that's when you start shrinking. When people, as they get older, they get shorter. That's how come, is because you have, 28 different spaces where that disc is. And so if all of them lose height, you get shorter. So that's why it provides so much relief.
And so that's one of the rooms that you have. The other, and we've talked about this as well, is Class 4 laser.
Yeah.
You've got two of those devices
I do.
here.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got I think the most of any chiropractic office in Kansas City. There are only a few offices across the city.
I think
that
right
have
now
them,
we're
so.
the fourth person in town and
Yeah,
the only one
yeah.
anywhere in the center of the city. And the Class 4 is different because it penetrates so much deeper. I mean, it's 3.5 to 4 inches of penetration, and the power is so much greater, and that's why you can see the results almost immediately. I mean, there's lots of different lasers. I have a Class 2 as well, and we use that a lot for scarring, and we, any kind of, post-surgery, anything like that. I mean, that's really fantastic for that, but it's very surface. It's very much on just the top. Whereas this, it really penetrates into the muscle. It really can break up scar tissue. We've had it we just had a patient that had a breast implants and was developing lots of really hard lumps and everything on one side. And that has been such a benefit that this penetrates and it increases healing. It speeds healing 40 to 50% for any injury. It doesn't matter if it's a sprain strain. It doesn't matter if it is post-surgical. It doesn't matter if it is... we've had some with some bites, spider bites, and different kinds of things where there's a lot of swelling. So it reduces inflammation. That's its number one job, is to reduce this inflammation. But by doing that, and because the light penetrates into the cell itself, it has biochemical changes. It's a photobiochemical change. They call it photobiomodulation. And it stimulates the cell to heal faster. So it stimulates the mitochondria. It's really the chromophores on the outside of the mitochondria to stimulate healing. So that's been really fantastic.
Well, from a professional athlete type of situation to the weekend warrior, the statistics have shown that if you get treatment within a couple hours, it can speed up your healing, much better. So waiting and saying, hey, I'm going to wait this out and see, is not necessarily the solution where you can
because
get back
the inflammation then stretches all the tissue.
Okay.
And so the greater, that's why we want you to ice right away.
Yeah.
Keep it contained. Is because the more you just let that inflammation go rampant, and it's good. I mean, the whole point of the body is to splint that area, is to stop it from moving at all. So that's why it swells up this big. It's making a cast for you.
Right.
But by doing that, it also distends all the tissue. So now you have to, first of all, get rid of that inflammation and then wait for the tissue to kind of reform itself and get tighter again. And, if it stays that way for a long period and it becomes chronic, it may not ever go back to its original size.
Right. Well, we're talking with Dr. Lynn McIntosh. We're here at Kansas City Chiropractic, which is located at 4510 Bellevue, just on the west side of the plaza. Her phone number is 816-753-4600. Website is kansascitychiropractic.com, all one word. One of the other things that you have, we've talked about Class 4 laser and spinal decompression, which are two new pieces of equipment that you've brought in here. You also have an area specifically for massage.
And we have, it's sports-specific massage. I mean, we do have, you can come in for a relaxation massage, but that is really not what our main focus is. So if you have a training massage is when you're in your training cycle. You're not really ready for the race today. I mean, we're not going to do that kind of deep tissue work. So there's pre and post event massage. One is getting you stretched and ready to warming the muscles and stretching them out for the event itself, making sure that, that tight IT band. I mean, we would have worked on it, like I said, in the training cycle, because that's when you're going to do a lot of the deeper work, but I don't want you bruised or really just uncomfortable beforehand. And then post-massage is really a kind of a lymphatic drainage. You have a lot of inflammation. You have a lot of things that the body is trying to process out. Now, the toxic byproduct of running a marathon or whatever it is that you were doing. And so that's what we really specialize in, and injury recovery. Because when you do have a tear, whether it's a whiplash after an auto accident or whether it is a sprained ankle or any other kind of sprain strain, is that fiber actually, those muscle fibers have broken apart, and you need to have them knitted together. Body lays down elastin, which is the precursor to collagen that makes it strong. But it does it, and it looks like a yarn ball. You know, it's just this fibrin is all around. And that's good because it's just like we talked about, it's kind of splinting the area. It's just kind of putting everything there.
Right.
But it's not strong if it's this big yarn ball. So
Right.
you've got to realign those fibers so that they become strong.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just like, you know, just material. It's got to all be lined up for it to really work the way it's supposed to.
And the sports massage will
Absolutely.
assist in that process.
It helps with that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, one of the other things that I think this is new is physical therapy.
Yes, we are adding physical therapy with them. We've never had that before. You know, we want you to be aligned. We want your biomechanics to be good. But we can align you all day long if you don't strengthen the muscles around that area to
Right.
keep it strong. It's not going to hold. It's not going to be a permanent solution. So we are really adding that a lot for our auto accidents because we really do need to strengthen those areas to make it secure after the injury.
Sure. We've got a couple. You've got a new doctor that's joining
I
the
do,
practice
Dr.
as well.
Rachel
Tell
Porter.
us about her.
Yes, she just graduated, and she is very excited and going to be just a great addition. You know, she has been helpful so far. She worked at the WIN camp. She did the first aid because we have done that for 10 years now. That we've applied. That we have provided the first aid for the
That's
WIN
amazing.
camp,
Yeah.
and it's the little girls from 6 to 8, and they're just adorable. So. Just
So
cute.
when does she? Obviously, she did that. That was this week. When does
well,
she
you
start
can
in
meet
the
her
office?
at our party,
I'm
so
planning
yeah.
on. I'm planning on
she's
doing
been
that.
doing a lot, especially laser. Because she even went to the SEC conference and was doing sideline work at the SEC conference for 13 of the 16 schools or something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, so she's doing a lot of the laser in the office.
That's terrific. That is terrific.
Yeah.
We've got plenty more to talk about with Dr. McIntosh. She's going to hang on and join us for our second segment of the show here today, but we're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine show. We are coming to you from Kansas City Chiropractic, which is located on the west side of the plaza at 4510 Bellevue. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Go online and watch Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports Magazine television show. It's available on the Good Sports KC YouTube channel and features local interviews with local athletes and experts covering sports, health, and exercise topics of importance to KC fans. And be sure to pick up your copy of the new KC Sports and Fitness Magazine featuring the Surplus Exchange Soccer Report, the Budweiser Royals Report, and the Kansas City Ice Center Hockey Report. KC Sports Magazine is always free, so pick one up today. These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress and get more out of life. To make an appointment with Dr. McIntosh, call 816-753-4600 and come join Kansas City Chiropractic at 4510 Bellevue for their 10th anniversary celebration open house on Thursday, June 27th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. For more information, visit the Kansas City Chiropractic Facebook page.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
Whether you are playing a sport, running a business, or learning how to use an iPad, your ability to make split-second decisions is essential for your success. Hey sports fans, this is Greg Pryor. I was an infielder in Major League Baseball for over 9 seasons and was a member of the '85 World Champion Royals. My decisions in the field and at the plate could have been the difference between winning and losing. Since 1994, I have owned a local health supplement company called Life Priority. Life Priority offers many nutritional formulas that give your body the nutrients that can help your brain keep pace in today's fast lifestyle. To see all 17 Life Priority products, please visit my website at lifepriority.com or call me at 913-438-5433. Use Life Priority products and improve your chances of winning. For free shipping, use promo code LIFEP at lifepriority.com or call me today at 913-438-5433.
Mafia's Meal on the Go is a great lunchtime choice. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce drink from Mafia Mike's at 87th and Lackman and Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. Great pizza and a great offer you can't refuse. The Goal is a new teaching aid to help with your putting by letting you see the line of the putt from the ball to the target. For more information on this new product that can improve your game, visit thegoalofputting.com or call 816-582-3530.
Mark Twain, Walt Disney, even Abraham Lincoln, they all filed bankruptcy. Debts can overwhelm anyone. I'm Jeff Wagoner of WM Law, Kansas City's premier bankruptcy law firm. If you can't pay your bills or your mortgage, we're here to help. You can schedule a free consultation right now. Call 1-855-DON'T-WORRY. Stop those bill collectors. With 4 Kansas City locations, we've helped over 11,000 families through tough financial times. 1-855-DON'T-WORRY.
Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're doing our show from the newly expanded offices of Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic. Kansas City Chiropractic understands the high-pressure demands placed upon individuals in the workplace and the athletic demands people place on their bodies. They offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. You can call them at 816-753-4600 or visit their offices at 4510 Bellevue on the west side of the plaza, or you can go online to their website, kansascitychiropractic.com. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out the Soccer Report, which is presented by the Surplus Exchange. This month, we write about the National Soccer Coaches Association of America, which is the world's largest soccer coaches association, and it's located right here in Kansas City, Kansas. You can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness all over Kansas City at 700 locations, including Mafia Pizzeria Southside, Old Shawnee Pizza, Golf MD, Eagles Landing Golf Course, Minsky's Pizza on Berry Road, the Kansas City Ice Center, here at Kansas City Chiropractic, and at 68's Inside Sports. And in our Golf Spotlight presented by the Firekeeper Golf Course at Prairie Band Casino, we write about Eagles Landing Golf Course in Belton, and we also write about today's role models of golf. Now, we'd like to welcome some new advertisers that you'll find in this month's KC Sports and Fitness, and they include CMS Nutritionals, Oz Preventive Medicine, Agape Hoops Production, the Firekeeper Golf Course at Prairie Band Casino, and the Mario Chalmers Miracle Shot Basketball Camp. Now, if you'd like to follow us on Facebook or Twitter, you can go to our website and follow the links to our pages. Our website is kcsportspaper.com. And now you can view this show and many of our past shows on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, as I mentioned, we are here talking with Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. We are at her offices at 4510 Bellevue. We've talked about some of the new equipment that she has and is now occupying the new space that she has. We've talked about spinal decompression, class 4 laser massage, physical therapy, which is new, a brand new doctor that's coming in and joining her practice. One of the other things that you offer, and you've offered it for quite a while, is acupuncture.
Acupuncture is really amazing. I mean, it is the oldest form of healthcare. Mm-hmm. So it's thousands of years old, and it really does treat every condition. Now, we obviously are doing it in conjunction with a lot of people that we already see for certain pain problems, but there's a lot of other things it can be used for. So it's nice that we have a kind of a more designated space now, and it's just it works out. It works out real well.
Absolutely. Now, each month in 2013, you mentioned this in the first part of our first segment. You've been celebrating your 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations on that.
You.
That is
Thank
fantastic.
You. We're very excited.
And you're also tying in, you're doing something special, and you're tying in with different charities. Tell us what it is that
we really
set out
wanted
to do.
to support the community that supported us, and Kansas City is our home. And right down here on the west side of the plaza, I live in Midtown, so and it's just been so great to see the revitalization of the inner city. Crossroads has come back and done everything, and you had Sprint downtown, and you have all of the just revitalization of kind of the core of the area, and so we want to support all of the local charities, and Harvesters provide 66,000 meals a week.
Wow!
Isn't that? And so that's who we are doing this.
And this
month.
is local Harvesters. Wow!
This is Local
Wow.
harvesters, 66,000 a
incredible.
week. Most of them are elderly and children, and 40% of the people have a working member of the family.
So
And
they're out there, they're doing everything that they can to
Yes.
support the family, but they need the extra assistance and
yeah.
harvesters.
And it's gotten so much, there's been so much more need in the last few years, is what they tell me. As, it used to not be that
Sure.
high, and it's just gotten more and more with the economy and with everything. It's just, there's just a lot more need.
Right, and I
So-
know that they're focused, and you mentioned this in the article, that people can read in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. You can check it out online at our website, kcsportspaper.com. But you said harvesters, they distribute healthy food and lots
Yes.
of produce. Those are some of the things that they're doing right now,
Yeah.
to assist these people is getting healthy food in.
Yes. And, a lot of people think that it's really, our article this month is about that everyone thinks if you eat healthy, that it has to be expensive. No one says you have to go once every 2 days to the store and have the all organic and all this.
Right.
But it is fruits and vegetables as opposed to your cheaper food people always think of as mac and cheese and ramen noodles and all carbs, whereas you really do need proteins. And, eggs are a great source, a very inexpensive source of protein. Peanut butter is a very inexpensive source of protein. But that's what Harvesters has been able to do now, is collecting. In the past, they hadn't done as much fresh produce, but they really are doing a lot more of that now.
Sure, and you list some of the different things, different foods. You mentioned a couple of those here, but getting the multi-grain bread instead
Yes.
of the white bread,
Right.
Pinto beans, and even
Yeah.
coffee that I think you said that it's not the coffee that you can go out and buy that's fancy.
You don't have to go to
the coffee. Yeah,
You don't have to go to
that
the
place.
store.
Yeah, yeah.
You can just have coffee at home. Is not that expensive if that's what you want to do, and that
Right.
kind of thing.
Right, and oatmeal and rice and pasta are inexpensive solutions.
Yes.
So, that's one of the things that you showed is there's actually some statistical information that the Department of Agriculture
Yeah.
talked about that said, hey, it's really, you can really do this.
Right.
People, you can really
Well,
do this.
in your beans, as opposed to, that's the thing. If you have like a refined pasta, there's energy in it, but there's very little nutritional value.
Right.
Whereas you can make a pot of beans, and it has a lot of nutritional value, and it doesn't matter if you're pinto beans or if it's kidney beans or whatever, but you can have those dry at home and, make it up and make it for, a few days and, just have it on the, heat it up and make it, and then just put it in the fridge, and you can heat that up anytime.
For sure, and while it might take a little extra prep time,
Yes,
a
a little
cut
planning.
up the vegetables and
Uh-huh.
things like that, that can make a difference in how
that's-
you feel.
When you talk about, it is raw vegetables and produce are not that expensive. I mean, it's a lot
Right.
cheaper to buy a bag of potatoes than it is to buy the pre-made, potatoes that you take
That
out
you
of the
just add
freezer.
water
That
to
you
and
add,
microwave,
or
yeah.
just take out of the freezer
Yeah.
and heat up. Like, it's much cheaper actually to have the whole thing. So,
You might have to exercise and peel those
well,
potatoes. That-
we need a little exercise too. So.
You're burning calories doing that, aren't
That's
you?
right.
A little.
You
just
are,
a
you
little
are.
bit. Yeah. That's so you guys chose Harvesters this month,
Uh-huh.
and you've got a collection.
Yes.
Bin here, and you've got some nice other ways you're collecting
Yes.
for Harvesters.
Well,
as well.
for every $1 donated to Harvesters, they can provide 5 meals. So what we're doing is, I don't know if this show is going to air before our event, but for our anniversary party, we're entering everyone for an iPad if they show up, and then for every $1 they donated, they get entered for the iPad again. So if you give me $20, you're in there 21 times, and then, but again, every $1 gets 5 meals.
Right.
Then if people bring 5 food items, we give them 5 or more. We give them $10 off any service.
There we go.
So we have a lot of ways that you can contribute.
Yeah, I think this will air halfway through.
I
and
gotcha.
and it'll be your event. So let's talk about the event. We've got
Okay.
about 3 minutes or so left.
All right.
On the 27th of June, you have an open house. That
Yes.
Anybody, people
Yes,
that are
we
watching,
would love
people
it.
that are listening can
Come
attend.
and visit.
Time of it is.
It is 4:30 to 7:30 on the 27th. So it'll Thursday afternoon, the 27th. It is. We're going to, of course, have drinks and food, and we'll have people talking about the different things that we're doing. If you have any questions, we have hundreds of prizes. We have, again, the iPad that
Right.
we would love for you to come and donate to Harvesters so that you can get entered for that. But we have all kinds of things we're giving away. We're giving away all different kinds of bags and coolers and first aid kits and fun stuff.
I've seen some of the prizes because the things are still going on here.
Yeah, yes.
Here at the office.
It's been very busy.
Yeah,
They're getting stuff ready.
We've seen it in the physical therapy room.
Yes.
We've got everything together for some of the bags that you guys are going to be putting together.
Yes.
And you've got the iPad hidden away somewhere. I don't know where that is, but you've got it hidden away somewhere.
Oh, and we have gift bags just for coming.
Yeah. Dr. McIntosh does it well. We were here a few years ago. You had an open house, and it was very well.
This one's going to be bigger, we hope.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was when I remember that was everybody was getting their fancy smartphones.
Yes,
and they had the maps on it. It was one of the earlier days of the first iPhones, I think, because I remember
it was 5 years ago.
I remember some guy showing his off to other people.
That's right,
right over there on the other side. Yeah, so it should be fun. Again, if you're seeing this show before or hearing it before the 27th, you can come on out to 4510 Bellevue and join Dr. McIntosh.
Meet all of our staff. Yeah. They're all fantastic.
Shake hands with Dr. McIntosh and see what they do here. Certainly see what they do.
Well, and this was our third doctor. We have Dr. Ballman as well.
Right.
So we're adding the third doctor, and you will get to meet our massage therapist. And again, we have other staff that just do a great job. They do everything from electrical stim to laser to you name it.
Yeah. So again, give us the information on how people can reach you, and you don't have to RSVP for the party. You can just show up.
Just come and join us. That would be great. You can reach us at 816-753-4600. It's at 4510 Bellevue, and KansasCityChiropractic.com or on Facebook.
Well, Dr. McIntosh, thank you so much for joining us. We're
Steve,
excited.
As always.
I'm really glad we were able to come out here and do this. We're
Me too.
really excited about your open house, and congratulations again on the 10 years. It's fantastic.
We appreciate it.
We're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine show. We are coming to you from the newly expanded offices of Kansas City Chiropractic, located on the west side of the plaza at 4510 Bellevue. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Beat the summer heat at the Kansas City Ice Center. Sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes, leagues for ice and inline hockey, and upcoming hockey camps at the Kansas City Ice Center. Plus, come out to a public skating session or call them to schedule a party or group rental. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information or to register for a camp or class, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. CMS Nutritionals is a new supplement store on College and Quivira. Stop by and talk to the experts at CMS Nutritionals today to find the right quality supplements for your needs. And with your coupon in KC Sports, save $5 on Yes plant-based essential oils. Plus, register now for a seminar on nutrition and your immune system on July 13th. To learn more about their products, visit cmsnutritionals.com. Call 913-469-3665 or stop by CMS Nutritionals on College and Quivira. 68's Inside Sports produces athletes who are physical and mental champions. And right now, sign up your athlete for 68's Inside Sports Pure Steel Cutting Edge Training Program that improves strength, speed, flexibility, cardio capacity, power, and more. And the program also includes 68's Inside Sports Pure Vision Program, which improves reaction time, decision-making, and peripheral awareness. Cost for the 8-week, 24-session program is just $250. Register online at 68sinsidesports.com.
Golf Week calls it the best course you can play in Kansas. But once you play, you'll want to stay. Go for it. Firekeeper Golf Course at Prairie Band Casino and Resort is just north of Topeka off Highway 75. Our stay and play package is worth the trip. Luxury hotel room, green fees, and golf cart for two, starting at just $169.
Prairie Band Casino and Resort. Go for it!
Is low testosterone or a hormone imbalance holding you back? Do you have lower energy and stamina, reduced memory, hot flashes, or trouble losing weight? Bioidentical hormone replacement therapy could be the answer. Call Oz Preventive Medicine now at 913-871-8785 for a free consultation. This therapy can help you bring back athletic abilities and stamina and combat symptoms of aging. Call now at 913-871-8785 for a free consultation or visit OzPreventiveMedicine.com. Phone Fix is KC's cell phone repair shop. Save $25 on cell phone screen repair with your coupon from KC Sports. Call 913-735-9411 or stop by Phone Fix next to Buffalo Wild Wings south of 119th on Strangline in Olathe. Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Let Sport Court come and install a basketball game court at your home. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. So sink that basket at the buzzer and have your own Final Four at home in your backyard or driveway Sport Court. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com. Lights, camera, action! Would you like to have your business be the site where we shoot one of our good sports, TV, and radio shows? Well, you can. Your show will play 21 times on Sure West Channel 7. You'll get radio and TV commercials all month long, plus an ad for your business in KC Sports and Fitness Magazine, and a whole lot more. TV remote packages start at just $333 a month. For more information on this great TV, radio, and print opportunity for your business, call KC Sports at 913-764-2050. Welcome back to Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're doing our show from the newly expanded offices of Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic. Kansas City Chiropractic understands the high-pressure demands placed upon individuals in the workplace and the athletic demands people place on their bodies, and they offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. You can call them at 816-753-4600 or visit their offices here at 4510 Bellevue on the west side of the plaza, or go online to their website, kansascitychiropractic.com. Now, this segment of Good Sports is brought to you by the Surplus Exchange, where you can take a tax donation credit, plus help KC students when you recycle your electronics and office furniture at the Surplus Exchange. For more information, visit surplusexchange.org or call 816-472-0444. Now, I also want to mention some of the experts who each will be a part of our show during the month, and each has contributed an article to the current issue of KC Sports. They are Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic, who we just spoke with, and Greg Pryor, former World Championship Royal and owner of Life Priority, a nutritional supplement company, and Dr. Carol Ann Reeser and Stephanie Reese from CMS Nutritionals. And in the upcoming weeks on Good Sports, we will be at Mafia Pizzeria Southside on June 28th, and Mafia Pizzeria Southside is located at 127th and Metcalf. Then on July 13th, we'll be at the Kansas City Ice Center, and the KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. So come on out and join us, and you might see yourself on TV. And now joining us is a very interesting man. He's led an interesting life. His name is Jeff Wagoner. Let me make sure that I've got all this right here. You're a basketball coach and a baseball coach. You're president of the Kansas City Automotive Museum, president of WM Law, which is a premier bankruptcy firm here in Kansas City. You're a retired naval officer. I think I've run out of fingers. A decorated Gulf War veteran. So, Jeff, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for finding some time to do that, to join us. We appreciate that. Welcome to the show. Let's start off by getting to know you a little bit. Where did you grow up?
I grew up a small town about an hour outside of Kansas City, Clinton, Missouri, down on Truman Lake.
And did you play sports when you were in high school and before high school and all that stuff?
I did. My dad coached me when I was a kid in Little League for 4 years straight, and then continued to play baseball, picked up basketball, and then football when he got into high school.
So which sport did you like the best?
Football was my
Football,
favorite.
really?
Yeah, I enjoyed all three of them. Wasn't that good at basketball, and baseball was fun, but boy, football was my favorite.
What position did you play?
I was a middle linebacker.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you enjoyed crunching the bodies and things like that. That's fun when you're younger.
Yeah.
Now, your dad was a pro race car driver?
Yeah, I used to. It was funny. I turned in a paper when I was a Cub Scout. They said, "Tell us about your mother and father," and I told them my mom worked for the FBI and my dad was a pro race car driver.
And they said F. You're a big liar.
But it was actually true.
Wow, your mom worked for the FBI.
She did. Back in those days, they had an internship program where they would take girls right out of high school from the Midwest and they would move them to D.C. and they lived in a dorm. It was like a college setting, but she actually worked for the FBI for a short time, and then she came home and married my dad, and he drove professionally for a while. And he, of course, back in those days, you had to work a side job as well. But he made his living racing cars.
So you went to Mizzou as an undergrad, and then UMKC for your law degree. Are you a tiger or a kangaroo or some hybrid of the two, a tigeroo or something like that?
Well, I think a tiger first, although I'll claim the kangaroos too. We go to plenty of UMKC basketball games, and always happy when they do well. But a tiger at heart.
Well, I went to Mizzou as well. So now you're a retired naval aviator. Did you join the Navy before law school, or what was the order that you did that?
Right. Funny story there. I got out of undergrad. I was on my way to law school. Summer of 1986, Top Gun came out. I went to the movie theater. I saw that, and I thought, gosh, that looks fun. So like everybody else who was 22 years old, I went down to the recruiting station and took the test, and somehow they offered me a flying spot. So
wow. So what did you fly?
In flight school, we all kind of fly the same aircraft, and so that was a lot of fun. I got to fly some attack jets there, and then ended up flying in the fleet torpedo bomber called an S-3 Viking that most people have never heard of, but it was a great plane. We really twin-engine aircraft.
Because it was
carrier jet.
Because it was the Navy. I was going to say, was it off of an aircraft carrier?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How the heck hard is that to land something? I mean, that has to be the scariest thing to say you've got this. Now, I know they're big, but a short distance when you're coming in as fast as you guys are coming in, and hoping a rubber band, isn't it kind of a rubber band to hold you in place?
Yeah. It looks like a rubber band, but it's about that thick, and it's made out of steel braid. But daytime, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. You just want to keep going and going and going. Nighttime, nasty weather, not so fun. It's kind of funny. You think that the ship, the back end, would go up and down. In actuality, it makes a figure 8.
Oh, really?
And you don't even look at the ship before you land on it. You're watching some of the meatball lens.
So you were in, was it the first Gulf War that you were in?
That's correct.
Okay. And how long were you deployed, and where did you serve?
Well, I was on board the Nimitz aircraft carrier, and the Nimitz battle group, and we got to set off the coast of San Diego all during the hot war, the day of the ceasefire. So all during the fall, we sat there and drilled holes in the water and couldn't go ashore. And then the day of the ceasefire, they sent us over. So we were Desert Storm, but we were kind of there after the news cameras left, and we let everybody else go home. And all the stuff that happened while we were there didn't really make the news because we were mainly fighting with the Iranians, and we were trying to make nice with them at the time.
So how many years were you in the Navy?
I was on active duty for 6 years, and I got off active duty, went to law school, but stayed in the reserve, and stayed in reserve for another basically 18 years, and I retired about 4 years ago.
Wow. So you coach kids sports. Your son is back here. What age is he the one you coach?
He is. I have an older son who will be a senior at Blue Valley Northwest this fall, and when he was going through it, I tried to do as assistant coach and kind of learn from the dads who'd done it before, kind of watch their styles and see what works and what doesn't work. And then I picked up Max's group, back when he was probably kindergarten, first grade. I started coaching and I've had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, so. And you've got a game today, so you're taking off from here. How's the team doing so far?
First place in the league.
There we go. Good coach. Good coach.
I don't know about that, but
you're hired. I don't have any kids that are playing, but you're hired. He is available. He only has 5 other jobs. So he is available for hire with other people. So you're also involved, the president or something like that of the Kansas City Automotive Museum. First of all, I didn't even know that KC had an automotive museum until I talked to Earl Trout, who works in your office, and he had this big sign, there from a convention that you guys did, and I went, wow, this is really cool. This is really neat.
Yeah, Kansas City is the largest city in the United States by far without a public automotive museum. So we have a not-for-profit group that started up about 2.5 years ago with designs on fixing that, and it's going to be it's a huge project, first of all, but we've got wonderful, enthusiastic response from all the folks in Kansas City, and we have a tremendous tremendous heritage in Kansas City. We are the only city in the United States in the world with a Harley plant, a GM plant, and a Ford plant. First Ford plant outside of the Detroit area was built here in Kansas City in 1910, roughly. Started producing cars in 1912. And that really changed our city. That brought Armco Steel to our city and changed our town from literally a cow town to a distributing and manufacturing center. And we need to tell that story because we're losing, a lot of the people that have that knowledge we're losing right now. So it's something we need to preserve.
So the museum is in the works, and I need to step back here for a second because you're wearing an interesting shirt, which is the name of your son's team, and I meant to ask that before this, but tell us about the idea behind the name, the Screwbirds.
The Screwbirds, yeah, sure. We what we decided to do this year, last year we were the Bad News Bears. We literally had Chico's bail bonds on the back of our shirts, and the kids were getting a little old for that, so we needed to move on. But we got had a lot of fun with that. So we're looking at the names, and what we see is that there's about the same 15 names and they're great names. Vipers and the Rays, and those are great names. But we keep seeing the same names being kind of recycled, and so it was actually Max's idea. He's like, Dad, what about the Screwbirds? And the Screwbirds was the name of my squadron that I flew with in the Navy. It was formed in 1960, decommissioned in 2006, and it is a funny story behind the name. I won't go into it, but a lot of the Navy aircraft squadrons have really interesting mascots and has an interesting heritage. So we thought, let's name the team after the military unit, and let's teach them a little bit about the military unit to honor the military unit and teach them a little bit about history. And so what we try to do now, at the bottom of our lineup cards, for example, we have a little blurb, what is a Screwbird? Because everybody was asking us for, so what's a Screwbird? And, so we tell the squadron's history there, and we also encourage other youth sports teams to consider naming their teams in the future after some of the military squadrons out there, because the mascots are incredibly unique and colorful, and it's really a great thing. I mean, I looked up on Wikipedia. If you go to Wikipedia and look at inactive United States Navy squadrons, you go through there and you find a lot of different squadrons. The Jolly Rogers, for example, that would be a great name for a youth kid. There's one I love. It's the Flying Ubangis, and Ubangi, I guess, is the kiss of death. So it's got a skull with a kiss coming off of it.
How funny!
And the Aardvarks, the Gunfighters, the Ghost Riders. If you remember Top Gun, whenever he'd ask permission to fly by the tower. They would say, negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. And that was his squadron in Top Gun, was the Ghost Riders. And they're now gone away because we don't fly F-14s any longer. So great history there that I think it would be a way to have a very memorable mascot for your team and your kids will identify with it, learn a little bit about history. And then the other thing, we sent an email out. We were looking for some graphics for our team. For our mascot. We ended up having it redrawn, but when we sent an email out to a lot of the older guys from the squadron, the old timers, and when they learned that we were honoring the squadron, they really took to that. We have a Facebook page for our baseball team, the world famous Screwbirds, and they went on there and they watched the team and they'll post notes on there and they'll say, "Hey, way to go, guys! This is some guy who's 70 years old who lives in Boston." So
fans of the team from all over the world.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, they just really appreciate the honor. So.
That's very cool. Well, we're talking with Jeff Wagoner. He is the president of WM Law, which is Kansas City's premier bankruptcy firm. Let's talk about your firm for a bit. You have a lot of experience filing bankruptcies for people, but in this economy, with the way things are going and the job issues and things like that, there are a lot of good people that are having financial issues, and your firm is there to help those people. Yeah, absolutely. No one is immune from bankruptcy. Bankruptcy affects, let me give you a couple of statistics. 50% of all divorces end up with one or both parties filing bankruptcy within 2 years. Now, if you stop and think about all the people that who've gone through a divorce, half of those people have gone through bankruptcy. In the next 8 years, 30% of all U.S. households will file bankruptcy. Wow. And it's not a lower income issue.
personally, I have a theory that the more money you make, the more susceptible you are to bankruptcy, because when you lose a good-paying job, it's hard to replace that good-paying job with another job. It might take you 6 months or 8 months to do that if you're lucky, and then you might get a job paying 75% of what you were making before.
So I'm in good shape then, because I'm a poor guy, So I was worried. No, I'm just joking with you. But what kind of debt can you eliminate when you file bankruptcy?
Well, just a couple of different types of bankruptcies you can file, Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. We use Chapter 13 when there's a little more complexity involved. Chapter 7 is a nice, quick, simple, easy, inexpensive type bankruptcy. Basically gets rid of medical bills, credit card debt, unsecured debt. And then when we have something that's a little tougher, like we have someone who's maybe struggling with losing their house, we've seen a lot of people trying to get loan modifications, and they've kind of been led down a primrose path by the mortgage company saying, well, just do this and we'll modify your loan, and then lo and behold, the loan modification doesn't come through and there's a foreclosure pending. That's where we use a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, and we can stop that foreclosure on a permanent basis, keep people from losing their cars as well.
Right.
Generally, people only lose cars or houses or anything, frankly, when it's something that they're ready to get rid of.
I see. So they say the time has come. But yeah, at least that allows you to have a roof over your head. That allows you to be able to get to work once you get reemployed, or to be able to continue to do what it is that you do, and those are pluses.
I always tell my clients, think of it as bankruptcy really is a pressure relief valve for our society. We see our net worth as humans in our country is based on the stuff we have, or the kind of money that we make. And, the bottom line is sometimes life happens. And, when you're in a situation you need the relief that bankruptcy gives you, then, do it, put it behind you, and get on with your life. It doesn't do anybody any good for you to just be held down by your debt forever.
Right.
And so it's, again, it's kind of like a pressure relief valve when things get so bad that you're laying awake at night worrying about how you're going to put food on the table and pay your mortgage. Come see us. We'll take a look at if bankruptcy is not the right option, we'll tell you. We're not going to try to talk somebody into filing bankruptcy.
Sure.
I tell people all the time, hey, don't do this, go try this, and if that doesn't work, then come back and see me and we'll talk more.
And one of the things that you offer is a free, no obligation consultation with an attorney, which is a plus for that type of a situation, just to lay it out there and be able to advise people the appropriate direction that they should go.
What I've found, frankly, self-serving, is that when I have somebody that comes in and they don't need to file bankruptcy, and we tell them, hey, go try something different. A lot of times what they'll end up doing is they'll say, wow, that wasn't so bad. I went in, I got some good information, some good help, and some advice. And they'll end up referring us 2 or 3 other people. So in the long run, by doing the right thing and giving somebody the advice that they need to help them through their financial problems, it ends up being a win-win situation.
Sure. And we've only got about a minute here, but your theme for your business, which is also a part of your phone number, and we've put it up graphically on our TV version of the show, is "Don't worry." What does this mean? Obviously, you've kind of explained some of that to your clients, but your phone number is 1-855. Don't worry. What does that mean to your clients?
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, that's the bottom line. Is we'll work through it, whatever it is, no matter how bad it gets. We'll work through it. When I grew up as a kid, we lost our farm when I was a kid. But you know what? You survive and you move on. And so don't worry, and we'll get it taken care of.
Well, Jeff's website is kansascitybankruptcy.com. You can go online there. You've got 4 offices. You practice in Kansas and Missouri.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so you can have a free consultation with Jeff or one of his other associates, about the issues that you have, and you can call 1-855-DON'T-WORRY for that. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Good luck in your game today.
Thank you very much.
You're doing better than the Royals, from what I understand. And maybe we need to bring you up and put the powder blue on you. That'll do it for our show today. My thanks to our host for today's show, Dr. Lynn McIntosh from Kansas City Chiropractic. And thanks to Dr. McIntosh and bankruptcy attorney Jeff Wagoner from WM Law for joining us today. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over Kansas City, and it's free, so pick one up today.
These
days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress and get more out of life. To make an appointment with Dr. McIntosh, call 816-753-4600 and come join Kansas City Chiropractic at 4510 Bellevue for their 10th anniversary celebration open house on Thursday, June 27th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. For more information, visit the Kansas City Chiropractic Facebook page. Experience a touch of the Ozarks when you tee off at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. Visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and call 816-257-5755 for lessons or information on tournament hosting. Visit collegiatecamo.com for Father's Day gifts. Collegiate Camo has quality vehicle and boat decals, headwear, shirts, and outerwear for over 40 colleges. And save 20% on golf decals when you enter code FATHER at collegiatecamo.com.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
Sign up now for the Wednesday Evening League at the Heart of America Golf Academy, or take advantage of Get Golf Ready and specialty clinics now available. For more information, call the Heart of America Golf Academy at 816-513-8940 or visit hoagolfacademy.com.
Mark Twain, Walt Disney, even Abraham Lincoln, they all filed bankruptcy. Debts can overwhelm anyone. I'm Jeff Wagner of WM Law, Kansas City's premier bankruptcy law firm. If you can't pay your bills or your mortgage, we're here to help. You can schedule a free consultation right now. Call 1-855-DON'T-WORRY. Stop those bill collectors. With 4 Kansas City locations, we've helped over 11,000 families through tough financial times. 1-855-DON'T-WORRY.
Mention KC Sports when you buy a large specialty pizza and get a small one topping free at any of the 3 Old Shawnee Pizza locations: Shawnee, KCK, and Lenexa. Visit ShawneePizza.com for menu and details. Beat the summer heat at the Kansas City Ice Center. Sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes, leagues for ice and inline hockey, and upcoming hockey camps at the Kansas City Ice Center. Plus, come out to a public skating session or call them to schedule a party or group rental. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information or to register for a camp or class, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com, and for tee times, call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC. Is low testosterone or a hormone imbalance holding you back? Do you have lower energy and stamina, reduced memory, hot flashes, or trouble losing weight? Bioidentical hormone replacement therapy could be the answer. Call Oz Preventive Medicine now at 913-871-8785 for a free consultation. This therapy can help you bring back athletic abilities and stamina and combat symptoms of aging. Call now at 913-871-8785 for a free consultation or visit ozpreventivemedicine.com. 68's Inside Sports produces athletes who are physical and mental champions. And right now, sign up your athlete for 68's Inside Sports Pure Steel Cutting Edge Training Program that improves strength, speed, flexibility, cardio capacity, power, and more. And the program also includes 68's Inside Sports Pure Vision Program, which improves reaction time, decision making, and peripheral awareness. Cost for the 8-week, 24-session program is just $250. Register online at 68'sinsidesports.com. CMS Nutritionals is a new supplement store on College and Quivira. Stop by and talk to the experts at CMS Nutritionals today to find the right quality supplements for your needs. And with your coupon in KC Sports, save $5 on Yes plant-based essential oils. Plus, register now for a seminar on nutrition and your immune system on July 13th. To learn more about their products, visit cmsnutritionals.com. Call 913-469-3665 or stop by CMS Nutritionals on College and Quivira. Mafia's Meal on the Go is a great lunchtime choice. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce drink from Mafia Mike's at 87th and Lackman and Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. Great pizza and a great offer you can't refuse. Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Let Sport Court come and install a basketball game court at your home. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. So sink that basket at the buzzer and have your own Final Four at home in your backyard or driveway Sport Court. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com. Lights, camera, action! Would you like to have your business be the site where we shoot one of our good sports, TV, and radio shows? Well, you can. Your show will play 21 times on Sure West Channel 7. You'll get radio and TV commercials all month long, plus an ad for your business in KC Sports and Fitness Magazine, and a whole lot more. TV remote packages start at just $333 a month. For more information on this great TV, radio, and print opportunity for your business, call KC Sports at 913-764-2050. Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit EaglesLandingGolfCourse.com, and for tee times, call 816-318-0004 and make a drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC.